Hello, welcome to What the Flick. I am so psyched to talk about this movie because it's so small and so weird. And this is why I love that we have a show, because we can talk about this and like let the world know about it. It is Holy Motors. I'm Christy, that's Alonso, and he's going to try to describe Holy Motors to you. I can't wait to hear how you're going to do this.
Okay, this is not a movie that lives and dies by the plot. Let me just say that from the beginning. Denis Lavant plays a guy named Oscar, and at the beginning of the film you think he's sort of a rich financier type. He gets in the back of a huge limousine where he's being driven around Paris for the day. But inside that limousine is a dressing room with all kinds of makeup and costumes and props, and he spends the day going out on these assignments that he's been assigned in these mysterious dossiers, and he dresses up as an old woman and pretends to be a beggar. He dresses up as a hitman. He puts on a motion capture suit and does this crazy sex scene in a black studio with this other woman. All kinds of nutty things happen. It is surreal in the actual sense of the word, not in the way they misuse it on reality shows. And it is brilliant. Take a look.
Ça va, Monsieur Oscar?
Céline, il y a des jours où un meurtre par jour, c'est pas assez.
Qu'est-ce qui vous pousse à continuer, Oscar?
Je continue comme j'ai commencé, pour la beauté du geste.
So I had heard so much hype about this movie, and it lives up to it and more.
Definitely, because my husband was raving about it, but he also loved Pola X, which was the previous film by director Leo Carax, which I hated.
Dave likes weird shit sometimes.
He loved very weird shit. So I was not thinking this was going to be my cup of tea, but oh my God, I completely got into it. It's a movie that if you feel like interpreting it, it's open to a lot of things. The first shot of the film is of a movie theater audience watching a screen, and the second shot is of a guy waking up. So it's like, is this a movie? Is this a dream? Is this a movie having a dream of being a movie?
Which feels very David Lynchian for a little while in the beginning, but then it very much establishes its own tone and its own rhythms.
I was occasionally reminded of Cosmopolis, just because it's about a guy spending a day in a limo
the whole time.
And he's being driven around by Edith Scobe, who starred in the classic French horror film Eyes Without a Face, and there's an interesting shout out to that.
And it would be a good little double feature, riding around the limo all day.
There you go.
With various people.
Yeah, this movie, it just goes into wonderfully weird directions, and you have to just kind of stop asking questions after a while and just sort of go with it and follow its own rhythms. But it's rewarding if you allow yourself to do that. And Eva Mendes pops up as a model who strange things happen to, and Kylie Minogue turns up and sings this really sort of plaintive, almost atonal song that's really moving that Carax co-wrote.
Even though we see Kylie Minogue, I have to say I did not expect her to burst into song, even though she is Kylie Minogue, because it's not really a musical in any way. Her segment, there are like 9 different segments, 9 different roles he takes on, his appointments, what they refer to it in the beginning. And I did not think she was going to burst into song, and it's so poignant. Yeah. And it's an interesting shift from every other place we had been. You never know where it's going.
Yeah, which in itself is an exciting thing for movies.
Right.
When we see as many as we do, everything gets kind of predictable, and so to see that rare movie where I have no idea where this is going, that can be very exciting.
From one segment to the next, and even within individual segments, it kept surprising me. It's very, very challenging. It's very darkly funny.
Very much so.
I think this is not for everyone.
No. This is a capital A art film.
But you know what, though? I would hope that people wouldn't be intimidated by that, because it's joyous in moments. Yes, it is. It's serious and it's weird and it's dark and disturbing a lot of the time. But there are moments of just pure cinematic joy and beauty, and it's fun.
This is a movie for movie lovers who really love all kinds of movies and are willing to go on all kinds of rides with a movie. And there's a great Peter Greenaway quote I always like to drag up, which is, "Cinema is far too rich a medium to be left to the storytellers."
Okay.
And so there's a story here if you want there to be one, or not if you don't. And it's just, I had such a great time. You're right, it's a joyous experience.
Yeah, and I don't even want to begin to interpret with you who he is. I have an idea. I have an idea. I don't want to spoil it because I want you guys to go see it and decide for yourselves. But please do find it. And it is going out to lots of other places. It's not just in New York and Los Angeles.
Yeah, and if you can see it on the big screen, this is one where don't wait for the DVD. Really, see this on the big
so
screen.
beautiful.
It's beautifully shot, and it's the kind of movie you really just want to immerse yourself in a way that it's really hard to do, I think, on home video.
And how tough was this performance in that it is 9 different performances and they are all drastically different and physically really challenging and demanding. And he has all that in him.
Yeah, Denis Lavant he's been in a lot of the other Carax films, and I think this is a master performance. I mean, if you thought like Tom Hanks and Halle Berry in Cloud Atlas were stretching themselves with the makeup and the different things, Lavant leaves those guys in the dust.
Yeah, so let's do numbers. Go big.
I give it a 10. This movie is extraordinary.
I give it a 9.6 because one segment I found it didn't work for me, and I was kind of dozing in it. I was like, oh, where are we going with this? So, do you know which one I'm talking about?
I have a hunch.
The old man in the bed.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow, not the one I would have guessed. Okay.
So we loved it. So we give it our 9.8 between the two of us. It's at 92% on Rotten Tomatoes. I think if you go to the website for the movie, it has what cities it's opening in, so it is platforming. So please try and find it.
See this movie if you love the cinema.
The cinema. Bye.